Welcome to a quick tool that is going to give you access to exact liquidations for different assets on Hyperliquid. Let's dive right in. First thing I want to talk about, because I want to keep this video quick and to the point with a ton of alpha, you can see here these are the long positions versus the short positions via open interest. As you can see from, for some people that might be confused, like, wait, why are there more short positions than long positions? The counterparty is going to be a liquidity pool. Therefore, these are not always going to be 50-50. So I hope that you understand that. And when it comes to this, guys, what I love to look at is what's larger, the short margin or the long margin. Right now, there's a lot of short margin. Just saying. Now, we can also do some other really cool things too. If you want a really neat thing, go to loss and go look at what traders are losing, what traders are winning. So here, what can we see? Well, we can see that a lot of long positions are underwater, which could mean that could continue to happen. And you can see that margin-wise, they're not doing too well, right? Now, what I want to talk about for the main topic, besides just looking at this, you can also see people's exact liquidation prices right here. Let's put this back to normal, is the liquidation map. This is helpful because it's just going to be helpful to see how many traders are underwater. You know, as you can see here, longs are pretty much all losing and shorts are pretty much all winning. However, there are more shorts than longs. Basically, that would probably make me short-term bearish, medium to long-term bullish. Just saying that. Now let's look at the liquidation map. So this is really, really cool. I'm going to show you guys how I set this up. I really don't like having these two set up. So what I always do is I just deselect these two guys. I just think you're going to get a better view. Now here with the much better view, we can see everybody's liquidation price on Hyperliquid. Every large trader's liquidation price. So as we can see here, there are a lot of liquidations for longs around 70,000. So that would cause a lot of volatility. For shorts, it's the level of 88,000 where we have a decent amount of people who could be liquidated. And in the very short term, I would say about 80,500 could have a lot of liquidations too. Not only that, guys, but if you look pretty, short term, you can see right here that if price goes down a little bit, it's going to start liquidating people as well. What I like to do with this is to scroll, with multiple coins and just see which coins have liquidations close by. So there's a lot of different coins that they offer. If we looked at, everyone's favorite coin, doesn't look like that has any whales on it, and this just looks at whales. But we can look at this for a lot. We can do, Dogecoin, Solana. Solana is obviously going to have a lot of activity. Now in Solana, there's actually an 80,000 liquidation potential at 123.5. So if we want to graph that, we can actually very simply go take a look. Whereas 123.5 is not far away at all. So if Solana drops a little bit more, I'm going to go in the 1 hour for you guys. If Solana drops a little bit more, it's going to liquidate a lot of people on DeFi. That is interesting. So right here, you can see that 123.5 is the level. Yeah. So if we get there, there's going to be a lot of carnage. Now, here's the question that no one ever answers when it comes to these real liquidation maps where you see exact traders' liquidations. How do you trade them? First of all, NFA. I have to say NFA, but there's two things you can do. I put up my fingers twice. I don't know why. There's two things you can do. The first thing you can do is a magnetization strategy. That's essentially taking profit when they get liquidated and targeting their liquidation. That is essentially, if price begins to trend lower, what some guys will do is they will short on, like, let's say a break of this low, target 123.5 for a take profit, or probably like maybe 121, 122 because of the amount of liquidation. Maybe like 122s would be good for a take profit. And the strategy there is essentially saying price is magnetized to liquidate these people, right? The second strategy is just reversal. Reversal trading is essentially just putting your limit buy orders, if there's a liquidation of longs, guys, just a little bit below where this guy gets liquidated. And the theory is that you can basically get the coin cheap. You can get the coin cheap because it's 80,000 plus Solana getting just vaporized. So that could basically push price down in the short term just a little bit to fill your order. Definitely a good way to trade. And if you also want to be very specific, we can go to here. And you can also see all of the Solana positions here, everyone's position, which is really funny that it shows you that. We can even sort by liquidation price. We can look at, hey, man, I want to go look at the longs that are going to get liquidated. Let's go take a look at their prices, shall we? So for the longs that could get liquidated, perfect, right here. Yeah, so here are all their liquidations, starting at 124.8. So we know that the liquidating starts when we go to 124.8. And then we're just going to liquidate a decent amount of people. You know, this guy, a lot of other people too. This guy has a $10 million position on Solana. There are other Solana positions as well. A lot of liquidating that would occur if we do go lower. You can also narrow down by like loss to see stuff like that. Super, super, super cool tool. I really highly recommend things like this because this is going to give you true alpha, because this is not guessing where people's liquidations would be that, you know, this kind of does. This is actually giving you from Hyperliquid exact data on, with current positions, where will people get liquidated. It tells you exactly where they get liquidated. The most helpful use of this data is probably not to look at it 90% of the time until there's a lot of volatility. When there's a lot of volatility, very, very good to look at because it's going to give you good levels for reversal and for magnetization. So you can do that for a lot of these different coins. Maybe coins that are going to be better are the more volatile coins. The more volatile a coin is, probably just the better for it. Not many people are really trading Trump coin, as you guys can see. It's just not that popular anymore. But there is a pretty large whale that would get liquidated with a ton of this coin. By my math, is that like 10 million? I don't even know the math of how much. That's a lot of the coin. Wow. That's a massive liquidation. If you push price up to 14.6, you liquidate massive amount. That's actually such a large level. I want to go see the... Oh, it's 1 million, not 10 million. So it's a 1 million... yeah, 1 million. Got it. Or no, wait, did I get that wrong? Yeah, it's 1 million. So that's actually a pretty decently large liquidation, as you guys can see right there. I just thought this was pretty cool. Wanted to keep this video pretty short. There is a lot of cool different things you can do. Basically liquidation hunting, if you know how to do it. It's not too difficult. And with that, happy trading to everybody and get liquidating. And don't be the one liquidated. See you guys.